And we are back. So, last we left off, the crew has found themselves deep, deep in the Underdark, in the forgotten city of Clacery, however I spelled it. Regardless, though, after surviving a harrowing fight with several long-standing individuals this far in their adventures, you have come to a temple structure where you thwarted a deal between Sensu and some kind of deep dragon that was later intruded on by Kezan Thunderstrike. After relieving most of the individuals of their heads, conducting seances in the aftermath, and studying various items, you have finished a long rest, able to hide yourselves near the entrance to some kind of what was described as a vault. The clicks and clacks of the hooked horrors, the horde of creatures that has taken residence. You're not sure how many exist in the nearby vicinity, but you saw a fair number to begin with before you drove them out. Obviously drawn to the carrion that was left in the temple proper, but not drawn far enough back. Perhaps their hunger was satiated with what was left in the forward structure. Not tempting fate, and you were able to hide and keep quiet long enough for them to move on. Perhaps they'll come back for the dragon's body, but not yet. You all completed your long rest, so if you haven't done so, go ahead and give yourself your long rest back. And I would like to ask you, what do you want to do?
I think we're going through the portal.
Okay. All of you begin to step up towards the portal. Who's walking across the threshold?
Kristen.
I thought we couldn't all go in now.
All of you are going in?
No, I thought we're not. Okay. We're splitting the party, huh?
Yeah, it sounds like a bad idea if we all went in. Don't think myself or Rogar should try at least.
Do we see the corpse of who they sacrificed to open this?
You would see it was a drow. He looked like he's wearing the clothing of a deep delver of the rangers from Silver Durai. Doesn't appear, obviously you would have looked him over at some point. It does not appear to be he doesn't appear to be the Dark Marshal. Yeah.
And does he have any tags or anything on him? Any identifying anything?
They don't so much carry like dog tags or anything of that sort. You do know that some of the Delvers do keep like messages on their person to deliver to their families. This individual doesn't appear to have anything on himself. He's been stripped of all weapons, and the only thing left is his tattered, bloodied armor. It looks like his throat was slit, and through strange means, his blood was rapidly pulled out of the wound, and it looks like it has been infused in several arcane mechanisms that were attached to the vault door that you're assuming opened it.
Okay. All right. In we go.
Okay. Zune and Trist venturing forward. As you enter into the room, the first thing you realize, I will mention, Trist does not, nobody has comprehend languages on right now. So as you pass in, you just see the strange glyphs and carvings etched all over every surface. The walls that you pass by, all of the pillars, the floor, the ceiling, which you can see, Zune can see at least, it's about 100 foot all the way to the ceiling. As you move deeper, you would see that there are 10 sets of these pillars that I described before, quite large pillars, each with an accompanying statue between them. All the statues range between 15 and 18 feet tall. They come in pairs. The first pair, like I described earlier, look elven, though they are made out of some strange black, almost obsidian-like stone. They appear to be wearing different material. The one on your right looks male, while the one on your left looks female. The one on the right has some kind of intricate crown on its head that resembles almost like bursts of light. The female looks swathed and draped in fine furs. Though this is all... the only reason why you can see such detail is just because of the expert craftsmanship that has been leveled into these massive statues. And they seem to have great importance. There are markings on them, and they are in Sylvan, which I don't think either of you speak.
I'll slap Trist with comprehend languages, and I'm going to do something I'll probably regret. I'd like to cast True Seeing on myself.
Through sight.
True Sight, yes.
Okay. Zune,
Just go completely insane.
you grab a hold of Trist's shoulder and whisper into his ear, his mind full of possibility as he begins to rapidly comprehend all spoken language, able to read it as well, as long as he's touching it. Zune, after doing so, you then give yourself true sight. Now, immediately what you would see is that these statues do appear to be normal, Zune. At least this first pair does. You also see, Zune, that at the threshold of the door, there are layer upon layer of wards that are almost shimmering at the door. And you see threads of errant magic that piece back, and they go to several other statues within this area. I will give this to Trist first. Trist, the Sylvan language that you're able to decipher all of a sudden, what you can touch, because some of it is written up high enough that you would need to be floating above the ground to read. But of what you can touch, it describes these two statues in particular. The male describes the gift of the sun and the glorious father, and these are names that it's almost like a list of names and accolades. Similar notion with the female. The strangest thing, Trist, is that these things are so large and so intricate that you suspect that these aren't just important people. This is something else entirely. It is further reinforced when, Zune, you see the next pair of statues. The next pair of statues do not look elven in nature at all. The next pair of statues look bizarre. They look bloated. They're closer to 18 feet tall than the 15 feet. There are bizarre markings across their bulbous belly. Their faces are featureless, except for what looks like markings along their face, almost as if the person that was chiseling was going to chisel in a mouth and just never did. It's like they started the task and didn't finish. You can see that these statues, Zune, are what the threads are attached to. And you can see that these are not completely inert statues. These may in fact be constructs of some nature. tethered to the wards, as if they might activate if the wards were breached. The fact that they have not come to life and tried to kill the two of you means that you must be safe to pass. But speaking of what I was moving with Trist, the next pair of statues that you see, Trist, one of them on the right looks like a drow female wrapped in a shroud, flowing shroud of spider silk with several spider-like appendages coming out from beneath a long silk gown. And you would recognize the image of Loth, the long-dead goddess. Mostly because you saw various images of her within Crintel's home.
No, mutant bastard. But anyway.
And there are many other such statues. There's also several pairs of these bloated, disgusting-looking statues as well, which is in contrast to the beautiful, immaculate, elven-looking statues that you see. But as you get deeper into the structure, if you're not going to stop and like read everything, because that will take quite some time, you see that the obvious statues that are some kind of guardians as you pass hide or not necessarily hide, but they guard a trove of treasures in a way. In the center of the room, there's a strange looking, simple stone altar. It is old, very, very old, far older than any of the other relics that I will shortly describe that you see past it. It has bizarre eldritch glyphs carved into its structure. As you all approach the center, you see that there are markings around its base in weird concentrical circles around it that spread out with different patterns, as if you were walking into a spell circle of some kind, focused on this altar. There are spikes sticking up out of the top of the altar. They look nefarious in that there are these long, dried, brown splotches around each spike, and the spikes are about 2 feet long, thin to a point, almost like a nail. Trist, you've done quite a bit of occultic study. You almost recognize the different points, and you recognize the pattern on top of this altar. This is a star map. And each of these points consign with certain clusters of just stars, planets, things of importance, obviously. Very strange. Past this, however, you see that there is a multitude of relics, would be the best way to put it. Paintings, tapestries. Who knows what any of these items would be worth? Things lost to time. Beautiful beyond measure. Smaller statues, chests, armoires, things that were stored here just in random places. Amongst them, there is a strange looking, what's the best way to put this? Let me give you a more vivid description of it. It looks like an orb, and it's kind of held in a place of import. When I say orb, it looks almost like a crystal ball, except for it has a strange square casing around it. You see, the orb inside it looks like flowing fire that's constantly swirling and moving. The casing around it is almost like wiring that kind of goes in at strange angles. It's all metallic, but you can see through it. It is eerily reminiscent of the device that you saw used to explode a certain underground hive. And you get the idea that this might be what that thing was based off of. Who knows what this thing is capable of? But it's sitting there. There's also a somewhat nearby that. There's also a small figurine that stands out from the rest. It looks like a serpentine owl. As weird as that sounds, carved from an obsidian-like material. Further past that, there is a beautiful golden helm studded with priceless jewels. It's glowing in certain places, as if the jewels are actually emanating raw magic. There is also a small case next to it that you see is full of these strange rods that have different designs on them. All of these things will require you to actually physically do a lot of a good study of to get much more than this. One that's not just obvious from looking at it, but possibly more ominous than anything else would be an item that is covered with what looks kind of like a tarp, essentially. It's quite tall. It looks to be somewhere around 8 feet tall. Thin. You would have to uncover it to see what's underneath, but it's one of the only items that is covered. There's more.
What do you think, Zoom? There's a reason why this one's covered.
Is it completely covered? Can we see the feet or anything like that?
The cloth that's draped over it is bunched around its base. There's also, I should also say this. There are also several chains strapped around it at various points, and there is a circular device that all the chains are latched into that you assume is some kind of locking mechanism.
Mm-hmm.
Though it is bizarre looking and strange, and no obvious keyhole.
Mm-hmm. Do we have the bag of holding with us, or is that back with Rokar?
I don't know. You tell me.
I assume Rogar has it.
I'll explain what I'm seeing with the constructs.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see anything linked to anything here, right? There's none of that intricate.
Not that you can see, no. Now, you can also see into the ethereal with this vision. Something is not right with whatever is hidden underneath that, underneath the chains and the shroud. It is strangely, it has a strange glow to it.
I don't like that, Trist.
I'm not touching it.
I want to, but not while I'm this tired.
Yeah. We're too far away from
Mm.
the others in case something happens.
I'm gonna probably regret this. I'm going to strum on my lute a little bit and try to get my cat to come out. I want to ask him if he knows what this is.
Okay.
Give him scratches. Belly scratch, but only
Okay.
3 scratches.
The ethereal cat, known as Tindalos,
Indeed.
appears, kind of like jumps out of the strings, gives a big stretch.
Oh, like give him a cute scratch, scratch, scratch.
You scratch him, your fingers pass through him because he is ethereal. But you attempt.
Kitty.
You attempt. He begins to look around. He begins to take a walk.
I'll let him take a walk. He needs some time to stretch. I'm not gonna like bombard him with my request just yet. I'm gonna kind of look at some of this. Any songs around here?
Trist, do you want to give me a perception test to see if you can find any hidden items?
Oh, of course I do. I believe that's disadvantage. Oh, not very good. It's only an 8.
Bad. That would be bad indeed. Instead, you only
No.
find 2 things, Trist. What could have been much more.
Damn exhaustion.
Yeah. Can I try to search for things? Probably not.
No,
It's like a passive perception
Go ahead
thing.
and give me Zune. Give me a
All right.
perception test.
Ooh, and I think I'm at disadvantage, right?
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I'm 4 levels, so that nat 20 is nothing.
Still, it's a
Shit,
14. That's actually pretty good. So Trist,
Hopefully I can help find one more
you're
thing.
somewhat enamored with the antiquity of a lot of things laying around here, and you're somewhat drawn to that mirror for some reason. God damn it! I called it a mirror. Son of a bitch!
Yes.
Ooh, a mirror, you say?
I don't like mirrors in this game.
The chain shrouded object. Fuck! I slipped. Regardless, you're somewhat drawn to the object.
Mhm.
While Zune, you begin to kind of follow your cat, and your cat paws at a box that's kind of like tucked underneath something. You move up to it and pull it out, and you find a scroll.
Oh,
It is magical, for sure.
nice.
You cannot read it, but it's there. You also find a tome. There are strange markings all over it, and it looks like the front of it makes some kind of symbol, but the symbol isn't in order. And it looks like you could probably play with it, almost like a jigsaw puzzle, to get it to
God.
work. And if you were, there are several latches around the side that looks like they would open if you were to complete the task of figuring out the puzzle.
Okay. Chris.
Find anything, Zoom.
Well, I mean, if we want to mark down the amount of favors I owe you to like 2 from like the ungodly amount we have, I found a couple of really cool things that seem to be up your alley.
Walk over. Are they just like sitting on a pedestal?
No, they
They're in a
weren't.
little
They were
box.
they were down in a box below a
Box.
bunch of stuff that Zune found. I should say chest. I shouldn't say box because the box would have wilted away by now.
Well, I guess we'll take these soon if they're not attached or fastened down.
They are not.
Do love a good puzzle.
And I guess I will talk to Tindalos now and say, do you happen to know what that is? And motion to the chained up shrouded thing.
He kind of
Totally not a
scanters
mirror.
out. He looks at it, looks back. Oh, That might be a portal to a different plane, different pocket of existence.
Anywhere that's fun to visit, or somewhere where my eyes will burn into the back of my skull and I'll die?
That's for you to find out.
It's always a pleasure. Get them scratches.
Mm.
Have we
Trist,
explored
you-
this place to its fullest?
As much as you are going to find.
Well, then I say we report back to the others, make sure this portal hasn't had some sort of reality shift and time is going by faster or slower.
I didn't know that could happen. That's terrifying. Yes, Trist, let's go back.
We'll let them know what we found.
Did you want to collect any of the things I pointed out that you could?
I'm scared we're gonna take one. It's gonna like trigger these.
You already picked up a tome and a scroll.
True, but everything else was just like laying about, like we could see it. These things were
You can
hidden.
see it. Those were hidden. You took them. No problem.
So there's a helmet,
Mm-hmm.
the serpentine owl.
So there's the figurine of the serpentine owl. There was a helm made of
Mhm.
pure gold. A orb-like device. That one's a little bit
Yes.
bigger. If you'll remember, it's a decent size. It probably weighs a little bit. There is the dimensional portal. At least it was explained to you as. There were those rods that you saw.
Rods. What do you think, Zuna? It seems to be there's like one thing of for everyone in here.
How much of this could we carry back? I don't know how big this mirror is. Is it like
Yeah, it's just-
human size?
Now
or is
that
it...
thing's it's
Holding
8
it.
feet. It's 8 feet tall.
Probably
Both
couldn't
of
hold
you
that back easily.
are both of you are subpar when it comes to
The
strength.
mirror would stay.
Yeah.
So, pretty much anything
Um,
but that you guys could carry if you needed to.
God.
I guess
behind the
I
shroud.
will.
You can peek behind it if you like.
Just peek behind it just a little bit. Tie a rope around my stomach. Throw the other end to Trist because I don't know what's about to happen.
Trist, you watch as Zune begins to grab some of the bunched up cloth towards the base of the tied down object and begins to
So
lift it.
Now, Zune, every time I've looked in one of these mirrors, the hag has been on the other side.
Oh, shit.
As
Are you
you say that,
serious?
Zune already gets it somewhat up. There's still the chains tying it down. What you see at the bottom, Zune, are metallic feet. They look to be made out of almost like a silver-like material, but at the same time, you recognize it's not silver. It must be something else entirely. As you lift it further, you see that what you're expecting to be a mirror-like surface is nothing but a black, it looks almost like glass. It is not reflecting anything. As you slowly lift it and kind of look down, look at it, you see a reflection of yourself. And you also see, Zune, that several of these chains looks like they were put here to contain said item in particular. And over time, they have lost their magical properties. Therefore, you could not see that they were keeping it from doing anything. And so I need you to make a charisma saving throw soon.
That's fine. That's totally fine. Totally fine. I'm well rested. I have luck. Disadvantage. So 19 and 21.
Yes.
And
Maybe that's good.
Thank God.
yeah.
Thank God. 19. Soon you watch as you're looking, you see your own reflection. And you see it smile at you as you are not smiling. And a hand reaches out and grabs a hold of both sides of your head and attempts to pull you in. And you
Smell somewhat delicious.
You shake your head and it's back to the flat black glass that you saw before. as you let the curtain drop, and you are not pulled into an alternate dimension away from your companions, where we would have to figure out how to retrieve you.
It's fine.
I told you, Zune. I tried to warn you.
You said there were hags on the other end. You didn't say people were getting sucked into other dimensions, Tris.
Nothing good comes from looking at magical mirrors.
Well, you should have just said that, okay? You shouldn't have said a specific thing that would lead me to think that this is what's typical. There's going to be a hag on the other end. No, you're going to get sucked into another dimension too soon. Okay, great.
We'll pass the blame. These rods, I will attempt to touch the rods and see if something happens.
You touch them. They are cold. They are obviously magical in nature, as the container they're in has started to kind of like begin to slowly fall apart, but they seem to be perfectly pristine. They are simple. It just looks like a 2-foot rod. Circular. There are carvings along it, obviously magical. And there appears to be some kind of piece on top of it that looks like it moves up and down. And there are 4 of these rods.
Okay. Zune, do you want to grab this jewel-encrusted helm?
Yeah.
You grab the golden helm. You lift it up.
It explodes.
And the pressure plate lowers. No, it doesn't. You lift it up. You lift it up. You're like, oh shit, this looks beautiful. And it does. It's made of pure gold. Who knows how much this damn thing's worth?
Looks amazing.
It's beautifully crafted. There are tons of inlaid gems in various sockets along it.
Wear this to the bar.
Serpentine owl.
It's a small figure. It's about like a 6-inch or so. It's not very big. Made out of a material you're able to pick it up easily enough, pocket it.
Any of this art, anything in here? Is there any like ancient-looking books that might be like a history of whatever he has comprehend languages on?
There are a fair number of encyclopedia-like tomes kind of strewn about. There's a whole section of them. There's also there's various different works of art that are either framed, and there's many that are not framed, that are just kind of rolled up, easily taken if you wanted to. I will say, are you taking any of the artwork?
I think I'd be more interested in the written word and the history than the artwork. Like, I can look at the artwork.
Who knows how much it would sell for, Zune? Who knows?
Yeah, but I'm not a rogue. It's more of like the history that appeals to me.
Okay.
So.
You go towards some of the books. You get the idea that, in your weakened state, you're not going to be able to carry a whole lot more. You begin to kind of like shuffle through some of them, looking for something decent. Why don't you give me an investigation check?
Thank you, everyone, for being so patient. Let's see, probably not going to do well. So that's 1, and then I'm going to use a luck point
5.
because.
Oh yeah, sure. Why not?
I'm going to use another luck point.
10.
Yeah, perfect. So my lowest then is 19.
Okay. With a 19, you begin to look through the books. Nothing's standing out, Zune. And then you move a book aside and you find something. You find what can only be described as a strange bottle that was buried underneath these books. It has a wide bottom, and then it comes up to a thin neck. It's stoppered. The liquid inside is golden and flowing and moving. There are little crystals embedded in the glass. This is some kind of magic potion that you've just found.
I'm going to point to it and motion to Trist.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Trist, look at this.
Good job, Zune. You're quite the detective.
Aw.
Add that to our pile of goodies.
Yeah. I think
Uh,
if I can't manage to carry an encyclopedia, then I think I'm tapped.
Yeah, I think we're probably carrying all we can carry.
Yeah.
the two of you
Scroll and a
move,
tome, and
move back at this point, past all the
yes.
various
Yeah.
statues, them sitting in irreverent silence. You're not exactly sure the nature of this vault, but whatever it was or is, it will be lost for all time once you leave. As the two of you pass out and to rejoin your companions, the vault door closes behind you.
We could just kill another elf and get back in here later, right? Not saying that out loud, just thinking it to myself. All right. Good.
We come back carrying a bunch of things. Look what we've acquired! Gifts
Quiet
for
job.
everybody.
Throw some shit down. I'm
Back
assuming you want to
clank.
investigate it at this point.
We're doing it, baby.
Okay, you guys are going to be in here for a while.
Everybody gather around and let's start handing out things.
The square box orb that is known as
Square box orb.
it's known as a orb of devastation.
Orb of devastation.
It is impressive. Now, what is listed as the basic magic item that you can find on D&D Beyond is not entirely the full extent of what this one does. It is far more powerful than what is listed. You could use this to destroy a small city if needed.
We just need to hit that meaning of the Mar.
It's
We
pretty bad.
we do that without magic items.
So
True.
the figurine of the Serpentine Owl is known as a figurine of wondrous power. It allows the user to summon a serpentine owl, and it has the statistics of a large owl, a giant owl, I believe. And it acts as a companion to you. The rods
4 rods.
are, well, all of you should know what these are. They are immovable rods. You have 4 of them. The helm that you retrieved. This is the one that was going to give me problems, I think. It is known as a helm of brilliance. It is set.
It's like smart.
Now this will be important to make note on whoever's going to have it. It has 8 diamonds, 8 rubies, 8 fire opals, and 21 regular opals. Now that is important because of what it can do. So while you're wearing this helm and attuned to it, you can remove a gem and cast a spell with the gem. The regular opal casts daylight. The fire opal casts fireball. The diamond casts prismatic spray. And the ruby casts wall of fire. The gem is destroyed when you do so. As long as it has 1 diamond in it, the helm will emit dim light in a 30-foot radius when 1 undead is within its area of influence. The undead also takes a d6 of radiant damage. As long as you have 1 ruby, you have resistance to fire while you are wearing this. As long as the helm has 1 fire opal, you can use an action to speak a command word to cause one weapon you are holding to burst into flames. You emit dim light from the weapon, and the flames are harmless to you. And when you hit somebody with it, you deal an extra d6 of fire damage. And if you are wearing the helm and take fire damage as the result of failing a saving throw against a spell, you can roll a d20. On a 1, the helm emits bright light from its remaining gems. Each creature within 60 feet of the helm, other than you, must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or be struck by a beam, taking radiant damage equal to the number of gems in the helm. The helm and its gems are then instantly destroyed. It's kind of a fail-safe measure. It is a very powerful item, to say the least. Helm of Brilliance.
It's a purple.
It is. The scroll is a scroll of protection, Trist, against aberrations. When activated, no aberration can harm or come into contact with the caster within 10 feet of them for an hour. The tome that you removed, you're not exactly sure what it is. Apparently you have to solve a puzzle to make it work. The potion that was liberated, Rogar's butthole probably puckers at this. This is a potion of dragon mastery, studded with diamonds. If you were to drink this potion, you would turn into an adult crystal dragon for an hour. You have all of it.
Crystal dragons are freaking the best too. They're so cool. They're like dragon buddies. They just want to be friends.
So there you go. It is impressive. That is your haul.
Do it. Okay. Gather around, everybody.
Gather around.
Well, Tristan has stories to tell.
First item up for grabs.
Oh, God.
The figurine of wondrous power. Who would like to summon a serpentine owl companion to their side?
Oh man, that is 100% a desire.
Oh. Do you have to attune to it?
You do not.
You do not.
I mean, I'm not gonna
doesn't
fight
say.
Velree for it, but
It'd be in it now. I will say it's a giant owl.
yeah,
It's large, which means that you can ride it, and it stays active for 8 hours.
8 hours.
and then like, is this a one and done thing, or can you like?
Well, once you use it, you have to wait 2 days to use it.
2
again.
days.
Oh, but
Yes.
I could have a giant pet owl every 2 days.
And it can telepathically communicate with its owner.
You can talk to
Oh
it.
man, that's pretty sweet.
That is pretty sweet.
Yeah,
I don't want it.
It's a toss up between me and Velree. You know,
Fuck that figure.
Fuck your owl.
I whoever gets it, I say we both take care of the owl.
Yeah, we can trade it. We can take it.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Sure, it doesn't require two
every
minutes,
other
so yeah,
use,
you
you get an
can
owl, I get
take
an owl.
turns.
It does not require attunement.
All right.
All right, well,
You hold on to it, Velree.
add that
Never
to your
know.
inventory.
Never know when we're going to need a giant owl friend. I think you could probably always use a giant owl friend.
All right, owl done. Tristan will hand Razar, Zune, Rogar, and Velree each a immovable rod.
Those are so freaking great.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I had a plan once to use it, like if you wanna get somebody to tell you information, you like set it just right over their throat while they're laying down.
Mm.
And just sits right there.
The potion. Who wants to become a crystal dragon?
Oh God. I wonder who it's gonna be. I wonder.
I'm actually going to
I'm gonna snatch it
reject.
from him.
I'm going to reject the crystal
Oh my
dragon.
God.
Oh, if it
That's
was
fine.
if it
I
was a
have a
white
feeling
if it
like
was a
Zoom
white
should be
dragon,
If it was a
we'd
white
be all
one-
about it.
I
In case I
know,
run
it
into
would be-
another dragon, this can make things interesting. So I'm gonna snatch this.
Yeah,
Alright.
you should be a crystal
I'm
dragon.
joking.
Zoom.
If someone else wants it, they can.
Oh no, I'm
they
not
can have it.
joking. You should be the crystal dragon.
Okay, I don't know anything about crystal dragons, so that's
Well,
fine.
they
We'll
have
take
very
it.
bard
It's
Psychic,
instinct,
I believe.
so yeah,
The
Fuck
psychic,
yes,
right?
okay.
Psychic.
Yeah, they're psychic.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're like they're very cool. They're one of my
Okay.
favorites.
I guess I've gotten my fill.
All right. The next item requires attunement.
Nope.
The
Everyone's
Helm
like,
of Brilliance.
Oh, Helm of Brilliance.
It looks pretty baller.
Everyone's like, fuck.
I
these
don't want
items.
I know, like
Hey, look at him,
everything
look
I
at
have.
You bastard.
Well, it wouldn't make a lot of sense for Rogar, you know. It's taking up too many actions and stuff, you know.
Hmm.
I assume a spellcaster would want it. One of the three.
I mean, if I wasn't fully attuned.
Hmm.
This is the crunch time, Resire.
I mean, the
This is when you
problem
actually
the
have to
problem
make
here
cuts.
really is,
This is a
we
I have to
purple
be
item.
honest. You know,
Yes.
Yeah.
Thick has given us so much magical
You have to do it-
assistance, and we just
you have
don't, we're spilling over with magic.
Hey, we can sell some of these magic items, baby. You
True.
know what I'm
Can.
saying?
True.
You can.
It's
You could always give sell the helm.
That thing's probably worth a
True.
shit ton of money.
Probably worth
You
a
know,
lot.
I
You
think the helm
can-
is probably better than a lot of items, but
You
But, I
can
mean,
cast Fireball and
anyone have-
Prismatic Spray or Wall of Fire
Spray.
with it.
Does
Yeah.
anyone have a purple item?
I have a legendary item, so I am fine.
Yeah, and I have the Wonder Salute, so I'm good. Come on.
It is a baller
You
looking
don't have to
helm.
be a magic user.
you do.
It's not because you can
No,
cast
it-
spells
it-
with it.
The barbarians would just waste their turn doing it.
I mean,
Yeah, but it would be cool. Let's hold on to it. Let's put that in
Okay.
the bag.
in the bag.
Come back around
Someone's
to the
gotta wear
helm.
it. One of the three of you has to wear it.
Fuck
It's
it.
so
Nobody
good.
wants that.
Like,
Nobody wants this helm. Take a shit on it.
Everyone's being
I
too nice.
everyone's trying to be
The-
nice.
the-
you know?
okay, so like here's the thing. I'd have to give up like my sword, my ogre gauntlets, or my
I would
shield.
give up the sword.
I was
You
thinking
give up
about
the
giving
sword.
up the
Helm.
sword. I was really thinking
Take the
about giving
helm.
up the sword for this helm.
You don't need the silver. You know,
You
you're
know,
powerful without
let
it.
me put that in my stuff, and I'll attune to it when I have a chance.
Yeah,
I'll
and
take
I'd
the
actually
helm.
kind of go with your theme too. That'd look nice. This brilliant
Oh yeah, no, it'd
golden
be,
helm.
So
Hmm?
it's a helm.
Helm of
Helm
Brilliance.
of brilliance. Okay.
Helm of Brilliance, purple item.
Powerful. item.
Powerful.
Tristan's gonna hold on to the orb.
All right. I'll put
Oh,
it in
God.
my backpack.
Jesus Christ.
Just
Yeah,
just
go on,
because
go on
I
with
feel
that
like
station.
I am the most rational thinker.
That hurts. You know,
You can destroy something greatly. Now we'll say the scroll, you have to be a spellcaster to use.
Mhm.
So that two of
I'll
you
hold
are
on
out.
to that too because I can keep that permanently.
That is true. I'm assuming Triss is probably going to want to hold on to the tome.
Yes. Unless someone thinks they're better than me at solving it. Trying to one up
you get
me.
it,
What do we have to roll to figure it out?
Do
What would we have to roll?
it requires a intelligence check to try to solve the puzzle.
Can we do that real quick?
Just to try to solve it.
Let me solve the puzzle.
Yeah,
Not gonna be good.
Give me an intelligence check, Zoom. Why
At
not?
disadvantage, it's not going
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
good.
yeah. It's gonna be fine. You look over at it.
First
Shit,
round,
that was
not too
18 in
bad,
there.
not too shabby.
I
Shit,
knew
a
it.
19.
Natural 20.
19. 19's not bad, Zoom.
Damn it, Zoom.
Soon you come over here, you go, fucking got this. And you
Give
start
me that.
you start give me that thing. You start moving it around. And a symbol
Rogar
is
takes a step back. Several step backs.
a symbol is taking shape, Zoom. You get it? You almost get it in place. Make a wrong move. Huh.
Ooh, Tristan's gonna blow up on him.
Take 51 points of psychic damage, Zune.
I
As you
I'm down.
you can't complete it, and you go. "Ah!"
told you so.
Well, can someone resurrect me?
Well, did
Seriously.
Zune just die?
Yes. If you could bring me back, please. I can only have up to half my hit points because I'm at 4 levels of exhaustion. Now I'm at 5 again.
Mhm.
Someone
Back to
dragged
5.
me.
Back to
Oh
5.
shit! You just died again.
Yes, I died again.
Okay,
Knocked out,
all right.
knocked out.
Let's see. Your cleric is here to help.
Thank God.
Yeah.
It's awful.
You're just
All right,
unconscious.
I love it,
the
Zoom.
creature,
I
the
love
creature becomes stable. So I can.
You just need to heal up.
Yeah, well, I can use
she's unconscious.
spare the dying and wake you back up.
Just give me some hit
No.
points too, please.
I'll
You
give
just
you
need
some
hit
hit
points.
points. Let me do a
Yeah.
Will a cure wounds do it?
Well, first level
That's
cure
fine.
wounds, you know?
First level
That's
cure
fine.
wounds. Yeah.
Yeah, first level.
That's fine.
Enjoy 9 hit points and welcome back.
That's-
Welcome
Nine
back.
hit points, Zune.
I mean, isn't that
Uh,
half of
As soon as
Now-
wakes up.
almost max for you right now?
Now, Zune, I am not the one to make jokes in this situation, but if you had patience, I could have told you that might have happened. If you remember the little cube that I tried to solve that would occasionally knock me unconscious.
I'm not saying shit to Trist. I'm just giving him, fuck it. I'm rolling an intimidate.
On his back. On his back.
You
On his back.
asshole.
The disadvantage. Go ahead. Roll your intimidation check.
Zune's rolling high right now.
Zoom is rolling hot.
It's a 24 to intimidate
See?
Trist.
See?
You
What?
asshole. Yes.
It's a charismatic skill.
Even a disadvantage. Well, I mean, how are you going to buck up to that, Trist? I mean, I don't know if you can.
I can't. Nothing I
feel-
can do.
You feel intimidated.
I
Yeah.
do. You can keep it if you want, though. I won't take it from you.
Now, let's see you solve it, Trist.
Burger's gonna walk over and pick up Zune and kind of put him on his back.
Thank you.
Yeah, Trist, you want to solve it real fast for everybody?
I will wait until I get a different time.
An intimidation might have forced you to do so.
Come on,
Does
Trist.
it force me to do so?
I'm so scared.
Why did you fucking do it?
Yes.
If you choose. If you choose.
I'm not doing it. I'll wait before a long rest happens.
Trist. Tables the tone.
Zara, perhaps you will heal Zune a little bit more. We're still in search of the Dark Marshal.
Oh, absolutely, huh? Actually, I have quite a few ways to help Zune. But let's see. Let's do something a little more helpful. I'll do
You walk.
it at second level this time. Cure wounds.
I can only heal up to like 40.
Well, there's
So just
20.
be aware.
So
Okay. All right. Thank
that
you.
gives you halfway there. Yeah.
Burger's gonna
Whoa. Living on a prayer.
pop you another healing potion for 10.
There you go. You're 39 hit points, and you're almost back where you were.
Plus, you can always turn into a dragon.
Yeah, and somebody
You
has
can. You might. It might.
Turn into a
Might
dragon.
need to at a certain point. Frankly, if combat gets involved, you might need to be like, "Fuck, yeah,
And-
do it."
Somebody gets
shit.
the privilege of carrying Zune for the remainder of the day.
I assume it's going to be
Sing
me.
great songs.
Let's go.
I mean, I'm
Grabs you?
pretty strong. I have a 19 strength, so I can also carry Zune.
Tree's got those gauntlets on.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm
Oh,
like Jax.
wait.
pretty jacked.
Wait. Do I don't have diamond dust, do I? Wait, we have diamond dust, don't we?
I have literal diamonds on my helmet.
I don't want to waste those diamonds.
Yeah.
I think we got diamond dust, didn't we, whenever we raided Zune's mother's stash? We grabbed a
What
ton
do
of
we need
stuff.
the diamond
I don't
dust for? What are
You
we trying
tell
to do?
me.
Because I have a spell that might lessen one level of exhaustion.
Greater
Yeah, it was a
restoration.
greater restoration.
Greater restoration. If I have diamond dust.
We
I
do have diamond
mean-
dust, at least in my book
I
here.
will stop making stupid ass decisions if I can just walk again.
For the next 15 minutes now.
Do you have enough to do this one time?
Because it has to 500 gold piece worth of
Yes.
diamond dust. Yeah.
I believe
Yeah.
it's
I don't
500.
think it's that much. Is it 500? I thought it was 100.
Oh, the
Greater
100
restoration is a beast.
Yeah, greater restoration's 5. I think.
It's 100. Diamond dust worth at least
leave it
100
at-
gold pieces.
Shit, we got that. And if
Okay,
it ain't
there you
dust
go.
yet, we'll make it dust.
Okay, I just need 100 gold pieces worth of diamond dust, and it's one action.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
It
now I can
consumes-
walk again.
Yeah, it consumes the component. Zune strums himself an inspirational tune, I guess. I don't know. No, it's a
You've got this,
Mhm.
champ.
You go, you feel a little bit better, Zune. You're back up.
I don't know. One action consuming diamond dust, playing a song ain't what comes to mind.
Good.
Oh,
We're
yeah,
good.
exactly. Good snort afterwards.
Let's do it. All right,
You
let's go
call it
save the
greater
ranger.
restoration. No.
You all collect yourselves.
What we
Where are you headed?
so, guess we're going back the way we came.
Yes. Rogar and I assume Velree will tell the party of the hooked horrors we heard. It is quieted at a certain point, but there might be some ahead of us, so we know.
I forget. Was that the only entrance into this place? That doorway that we blocked?
To the area you're in right now, yes.
Okay.
So
Cool.
you move the head, you kind of like push to the side a little bit. It is decaying more rapidly now. It weighs less than it did just the night before. The 5 of you were able to pass by down the 100-foot tunnel into the large cathedral open area. As the first of you tentatively looks out from around the side of the openings, you see a mess of remnants of where corpses once were. There are blood stains where they were, and it looks like there are drag marks that lead to the hole in the second floor that you guys used to gain entrance into this cathedral. Now, for the sake of brevity, you guys can climb out that way, or you can unbar the large doors that were barricading the on this side. There was a haphazard barricade and bars put in place to keep the doors from opening. You guys can easily move that aside and leave through the front entrance, or you can move up to the hole on the second floor that you guys used before.
I'm assuming since our party's tired that we will remove the bars.
Into the large doors, and these doors are somewhere around like 30-40 feet tall, quite tall. But you unbar them, and with prestigious strength, Rogar and Velree are able to slowly move one of them, cracked open just enough for all 5 of you to slip through. You do not see any hooked horrors yet. You see the open expanse of the massive chasm of Kayla, the dead city, the long forgotten ancient remnant of some bygone society, the birthplace of possibly the elves. Who knows? The entire history of this area. But you do see that you're going to, at a minimum, need to traverse at least to get 1 floor above if you hope to track the individual that you have been in search for down here. And as you begin to clamber out into the street, quietly moving as best you can.
Could I cast Seeming on us one more time?
Sure. Zoom strums another song, all of you looking like drow again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Taking on the similar appearance that you had previously.
Specifically, members of her family wearing clothes that are very pro-law.
As you move back towards the ledge that Velree had Spider climb down to get you guys down here, you hear echoing chants reverberating off the walls. Many, many voices. Unnerving. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode of Emberfell Whispers from the Stars.
Yeah.
Loot drop. You guys got it. Let's go ahead and do favorite
Wish we
moments of
got
the
some
night.
magic items.
Oh, I wish you got some. Exactly. Oh, you never give me anything. That's what I hear all the time. I hear it all the time.
God.
Let's go. Let's start with Zune. Favorite moments of the night, Zune.
I really liked the vault. I really liked it. I'm really sad because you put so much effort into all of the lore that I always hate leaving any piece of lore anywhere. So I'm like, what if this is the only chance I get to read this and know what's going on? But as sad as I was to have to leave the encyclopedias, I was really thrilled with. I'm excited about the book. I want to know what the tome has hidden inside it, and also very pleased that Drow were the first. So. Little smug there, but yeah.
How about Tristan Varel? Favorite moment of the nights for Trist?
The conversation between Zune and Rogar about Rogar's life.
Classic.
That was pretty entertaining. The magic items are okay. I was doing the math in my head as you were describing each one, trying to figure out how many items were in that room and how many party members we had, and I thought to myself, there might be one for each person here. Maybe we should take these. Until Zune looked at the mirror and it tried to kill her.
Yeah, that would have been bad. That would have been real bad.
Then I started to panic.
You're like, oh shit. Oh, how about Velree? Favorite moment of the night, Velree?
I really liked the owl serpentine. Maybe you should make 2 of those so me and
Oh God.
Or just another animal that ride and speak. I mean, but it was great. No.
More.
But I wanted.
Never enough. Never enough. It reminds me of that song from The Greatest Showman. Never enough. Whatever.
Great song. Great. That's
It's
great.
Song.
Great soundtrack.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
It is a fantastic soundtrack. Listen to it often. Razire, favorite moment of the night.
Oh, Razire is his own favorite moment, but there were many others as well. No, I loved this Dragonborn's life, an episode featuring Rogar, and the intricacies of how new baby Dragonborn are brought into the world. It's a little fuzzy. It's a little fuzzy, and that's fine. I appreciate the elves taking one for the team, making sure like maybe we could have gone in there, probably would have been a bad idea though, and coming out with some really sweet treasure. Looking as one often does, you gotta play the balancing act, and so looking at what the helm provides, I'm not actually losing anything because I can just use that flame on my scimitar anyway.
Okay,
the helm does the work. So it's a good fit. Thanks for that. That is a favorite thing.
Last but not least, Rogar. Favorite moments of the night, Rogar?
I really liked the dialogue that we had between Zune and myself. Zune always wanted to question someone's, whole society, their belief system, their the questions of their, to pass. Just always throwing a first stone. You know, your family sucks.
It really sucks. It was weird.
You know, God. I enjoyed that conversation, and I also enjoyed all the mysterious lore that we found inside the vault there. I was very curious about the bulbous looking constructs. I was curious what those things were, but yeah,
I know.
So.
Now, if I had a favorite moment, I guess it would be sound decision making from my party. Because I had prepared a very, one might call, lethal encounter should anyone besides the elves walk into the vault. Those constructs are no joke.
Would have gone off if Velree went in there?
Yeah, would have gone off if Velree went in?
If Velree would have went in, they would have activated. If Rogar or Razire would have went in. If you wouldn't have killed the dragon, he was going to be the first one to step in, and you were going to find the remnants of what was left of him at the entrance. So it is what it is. It is what it is, guys. But interesting to say the least.
I was even questioning. I go so far. I was even questioning whether or not like the difference between elf and drow was going to trigger something going in there. Knowing those sneaky drow, those creepy fae the way they are.
You know, no one ever said that this was a drow city.
It's true.
Throw
just
that
in the
out
Underdark.
there.
That's
Throw
awfully racist of me. That's what
But it is what it is. You guys found, you found a lost deity, but who knows what those other statues were of? There's no telling. I mean, I know. But regardless, though, that was my favorite moment of the night. Hope you guys had a good time. I know I did. We got through a lot of stuff here. Got to find out about Rogar's family. Trist had to find the names of his sisters. It was great. It was fantastic.
I had it written down.
I had it. But regardless, though, thank everybody out there. Thank you very much for watching. Do make sure to check out Razire, the Dan Decker. I'll get links to his social media down below, as well as Velree. Down below, we got lots of links to all the social media presences for the cast. Do make sure to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and of course, leave us comments. We love to hear them. We love to see them and read them ourselves. So that would be awesome if you would do so. Thank you guys very much for watching one last time, and we are looking forward to seeing the next one. Have a good day.